Hello everybody, Tracy Brown here, and it is loud out here, so I think I'm going to go in the house. The neighbors started working on some stuff, so bear with me and come along. We are going to talk real briefly about, let's go. Got my dog, got my babysitting dog here. Let's go. Come on. Anyway, he's trying to get him to come along. He will in here in a second. Open the door. Guess not. I guess he wants to stay outside. All right. So anyway, I guess I'll just sit here at this little table. Let me make sure he wants to. Nope, he's staying. Anyway, sorry, I didn't want to leave him hanging, abandon him out there. So I'm gonna sit at this little table I've got. Hey, sorry. All right. So I wanted to talk about some unexpected tips. By the way, for those who don't know me, my name's Tracy Brown, and I'm a somatic nutrition therapist and coach. And I teach embodiment and body image healing and recovery from anything related to struggling with food and weight worries. So anyway, just in case you didn't know me, I want to talk about some unexpected ways that you can fear your concerns about your weight changing as you stop dieting or you stop food restricting or whatever's going on in your relationship with food right now. So this week has been a week about really kind of assessing where we are in our fears about moving forward with healing, because our culture is not going to celebrate you eating with full permission and liking your body at a non-culturally dictated size. And so it's big. It's a big risk. It's a big radical thing to say, you know what, I know that I'm not going to get a lot of congratulations if I stop trying to lose weight, or if I allow myself to weigh what I need to weigh, and that's probably going to be more than I weigh right now. So it's a big deal. So I thought I would give some maybe unexpected tips you might not be used to hearing when it comes to being less afraid around body image. And by the way, those of you who regularly follow me, just after I get off this, I'm going to do a podcast about this topic with Kara Harbstreet. So be looking for that in November. That's going to be good. I'm excited to do that here in a few minutes. So anyway, what I want you to consider, I've got 4 things I want you to consider in making more room for the fullness of who you are to expand, essentially, and whether that means weight change or not. So movement. We talk about this a lot of instead of thinking about my body as a subject, how about it can be an object in which I get to move through the world in. And I was going to take that a step further. So a lot of people use yoga and weightlifting and all kinds of activities, and it may not even be gym activities. They might, I have lots of clients who've gone on to do aerial gymnastics and mountain climbing, all kinds of cool stuff. That's really great. I want to help you and encourage you to take it one step further, which would be, as you go about your day, pay attention to how your body moves. Actually, when you take a step, can you feel your feet stepping on the ground? When you walk, can you notice where in space that your arms move? Can you notice these things? When you take the dishes out of the dishwasher, when you bend over to do that, can you notice how the muscles in your body and in your spine help to roll you down to do that and roll you back up? Can you notice that? And be in that, because what starts to happen is you start to notice a little bit of maybe places where there are tweaks. There are places where it feel contracted and you can maybe breathe through that, or there are places that feel kind of open and spacious, and can we have joy in that and expand that? So those are some things that actually really would help you when you come from an internal place and work your way out. It stops being, you create some spaciousness where it doesn't seem like the only way that you can feel okay is to shrink and be smaller. So very, mindful movement, interoceptive movement would be one, either from your external or what's happening internally. Number 2, safety. Safety and having really safe, positive, contained interactions with who you are as a person. That helps us this will be going to the 4th thing I'm going to talk about, but being able to practice feeling in an environment where your body can slowly, continuously register that you're not in danger. And that's what happens in obviously one-on-one sessions or in really well contained group sessions. And in all kinds of other interactions that aren't so structured that way, but in situations where it could be in your kid's room and you can see the four walls and you're with her and all his stuffed animals and toys and those kind of things. Do these things feel safe to you, and can you take that in? Again, when you start to expand internally, the need to like shrink yourself to match that will feel less like an issue. And this is different stuff. You're not going to read this in a body image book, but this is really important because I think it creates a bigger, solid foundation for being able to be in this world that's got opinions about stuff. So we need to be in contained, positive experiences to be able to tolerate being who we are, and feel more safety about that. Okay, so we need not be so isolated, honestly, with our bodies. We need to create some positive experiences. Repair, which is kind of like what the last one was, the last two are, there's this level of, I don't think that for some of us that time heals all wounds. I think that we have to purposely bring care and again, positive experiences and support to those. Because otherwise we kind of just end up reliving them over and over. And then we use that old tool of like food restriction and binging, which changes weight, of course. And on some level, we end up using these as a loop, and we never really get to feel like, okay, I know all the body positive stuff, and yet I can't feel okay about my body. If you're one of those people, then we need to be talking about the internal repair that needs to go on. So it's more than even just self-worth and self-esteem. It's really this place of deep kind of reparenting that needs to happen. And then lastly, I think this is really about the last two, which is being seen, being heard, being witnessed, and it all be done in this place of like curiosity and wonder, like not just with your body size, but you can start with that, like, oh, I see you hand as you flow through the dishwater, and I can really see that and feel that, and what does that feel like from the inside, and what is that like from the outside? And so not only doing that with yourself, but then, of course, being in, again, safe, contained, positive circumstances where you can practice being seen and somebody just kind of watching you with this level of, I wonder what that means for you, and how does that feel, and is that new, and all those kind of experiences. The more we can do that, the less it becomes about fear about weight gain. We just start to see it for what it is that I don't have much experience with feeling, having like safe, contained ways for me to explore, for me to like fully know who I am and not be thwarted. So for example, what that would look like is, let's say you're in a situation where your eating was always so watched. Your parents wanted to make sure you ate the right thing, and they're always kind of watching you, and you could feel like they're letting you eat, but there's an expectation about that, let's say, or movement-wise, you weren't allowed to do too much because of fear of getting hurt, or so there wasn't able to really build trust in your own abilities or ability to know what's safe and what's not, that kind of stuff. So these are really important things to be considering, and maybe you've never thought about any of these before, and if you haven't, I'm so glad that you're here watching this. So I would love for you to share this information. I think it's not talked about that much, but I think it's very, very important to all of our healing to be more embodied and to make it less about the weight and more about feeling safe in a relationship with ourselves, with the world, with others, to know what the difference is between what's okay and what's truly safe and what's truly not. And oftentimes what happens is that we worry about what other people think about our bodies as something that actually bad can happen to us, because that's kind of that's our experience, when the fact is, like, if somebody has an opinion about our bodies, we start to learn that, like, that might be painful, but it's just a projection of their own tightness and the insecurity and feeling unpowerful and all that projection that's going on. And once we can start to feel, that's what's happening in them, we see how much it has nothing to do with our body sizes, and we can walk through those interactions with less charge and less wounding. So I hope this video was helpful. I personally feel it's really important, so please share it. with people that need to hear it. To know that, like, if you've read all the books and you're struggling with like being okay with your body size, or you're really kind of like have the brakes on with like full recovery because of your body size or whatever's happening, watch this video again, take one nugget from it and try to practice it and see what happens, and then keep growing that, keep expanding. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Take care.